Hello and welcome to Doctor Who. We're here finally. I've been very much looking forward for this season to come out, and here it is. So I have been a Doctor Who fan for 10 years, I think. About 10 years now. But this will actually be the first season I'm watching live, because I watched it in a really weird way, where I watched the first 4 seasons with a friend, and then we both got busy and stopped watching it together. But I didn't want to keep watching it without her, so I went back and watched all of the classic stuff, because what else do you do? And then I realized that, hey, I didn't actually have to... I wasn't really hanging out with that friend anymore, and we'd kind of drifted on to doing different things in life, so I could just watch Doctor Who on my own. So I did do that, and then in hopes of catching up with the show before Jodie Whittaker regenerated. And I did not do that, because I got all the way through the 11th Doctor, I got all the way through the 12th Doctor, and then I got 5 episodes into the 13th Doctor and could not keep watching. The writing, I struggled with the 13th Doctor. And then I did watch Power of the Doctor live. That was fun to watch. Didn't have the full context of who Jodie and her companions were, but it's okay, because Ace and Tegan were there and I had context for them. That was fun, and then I kind of forgot about it, kept not watching it. Then the specials came out, so I watched those. Those were a lot of fun. I did consider reacting to them when they were coming out, but I didn't for 2 reasons. And one of them was because they were coming out in the period of time where I had this hiatus over summer, Christmas, New Year's, which is summer for me. So I was kind of having a break from YouTube then while I was moving. So I didn't watch the specials then. But the other reason that I didn't want to watch them was because I kind of wanted to get an idea of what the vibe of the new era was going to be before I actually reacted to it. So, because if it was going to be like Jodie Whittaker's era, which was badly written, and I struggled with some of the messages that were being shoved forward a bit, then I probably wouldn't have reacted to this. But Church on Ruby Road got me really excited, and I really enjoy Ncuti as the Doctor. So here I am. But I have caught up. I did, in between Christmas and now, I did finally end up binging through Jodie's seasons. And I enjoyed her as the Doctor. I think she did a pretty good job with the role. I think the writing was, I'm not going to get into it. There's lots of discussion around this. Yeah, so I'm here. I enjoyed seeing David Tennant and Catherine Tate back. Still don't know how I feel about the Bi-Generation and the giggle, but it was something, I guess. And Church on Ruby Road, I was hoping to do a bit of a reaction to that before I got here. I was hoping to do a lot more Doctor Who stuff in general before we got here, but that just did not end up happening. But Church on Ruby Road I really enjoyed. I think Ncuti brings a lot to the role of the Doctor, and he's refreshing and a lot of fun, and I love Ruby. I'm a little bit disappointed that, again, the main companion is a contemporary British young adult girl, because I'm getting a little bit sick of having that just be the companion. I want more alien companions, or companions from the past, you know. My favorite companions are classic companions, because they tend to be a lot more interesting. Like, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the new companions, but the classic ones they just have so much more variety in where they're from. And I really like that, and I would like to see that more in the new show. However, Ruby I really enjoyed, and I'm very interested to learn about her backstory and who her mother is. And yeah, I just really like the setup of her having been in the foster system and then adopted, and kind of being in that world. And it looks like they're going to explore that a lot more with Ruby than they did with Bill, because I kind of forgot that Bill was also foster yeah. But anyway, I feel like I've been rambling a whole lot, but you know, that's the name of the channel, so you're going to have to deal with it. Yes. My main concern for this is that, I mean, one of the reasons I love Doctor Who is because I love how it is a reflection of the current media landscape of the time. So I'm going into this and seeing the last, 60 years of British BBC TV, kind of themes and messages and what they're exploring throughout those things is really fascinating to me. What they were exploring in the 70s in the Third Doctor era is very different to what they explore in the themes and messages they explore in the 11th Doctor era in 2010 or whatever. Or 2012 or whatever, I can't remember. But so I'm interested to see this season as a reflection of current media landscape and the 2014 themes and things that are being discussed. But it does make me a little bit nervous because the writing of modern media is not good, and there's very much a trend of finding a message you want to push at people and then building a story around it, which kind of weakens the story a lot. And with only 8 episodes in the season, you don't have room for weak episodes. And I'm also a little concerned that this season is going to make the Doctor become very sexual. Not necessarily, I mean, it's a kids show, so they can only go so far. But one of the things I really love about the classic stuff is that all of the Doctor's relationships with his companions and with other people are platonic. He's a very asexual character, and I want that to stay. My favourite relationships with the Doctor are when he's a father figure or a grandfather figure or something like that. I am so tired of contemporary British female girls joining up with the Doctor and getting a crush on him. And I really hope they don't go that route with Ruby. I don't know. I'm interested to see what kind of things they're going to be exploring, shall we say. So, it's been almost 10 minutes of me just blathering away. Let's actually watch the episode, shall we? This is now... It's apparently season 1. But I think that's a bit silly just because they're on a new thing. So, series 14, or season 40, depending on whichever way you go. And this is technically episode 1, but it's episode 2 on Disney because they've got Ruby Road on there. So whatever the heck episode this is, Space Babies, let's go. I do love the new opening. Ruby! Okay, we're seeing her. Oh yes, we also have the mystery of who Mrs. Flood is as well, which I don't have any thoughts on beyond the regular, the regular theories of Rani or Romana or Susan or River. I don't know who it is. Or Ruby's mother is the other one. I have no real ideas. I'm just excited to see what's going on. It's such a big set.
Who are you?
I'm the Doctor.
Nice.
I love the mood lighting.
I can't call you Doctor. But I want to know your name.
Yeah, that's tricky. They're kind of posh.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly.
Like the Doctor or the Rani.
Oh, we got a Rani mention.
Say Doctor for 1,000 years and it becomes my name.
So he's kind of saying that the Time Lords. I don't know. Doctor Who lore is ever changing, and there's really no one canon. I'm still not sure how I feel about Timeless Child, honestly. But I do like that he's embraced the fact that he was adopted. The Doctor being adopted is interesting to me, but the Doctor having regenerations before, or the Doctor being the Doctor before William Hartnell, I'm not a fan of. Because that was when he started claiming the title himself, I think. Because technically Ian and Barbara were the first people who called him Doctor. So having that title before the first Doctor it doesn't feel quite right to me. Which is why I'm not the biggest fan of the Fugitive Doctor, because if she is from before the first Doctor, then she wouldn't be the Doctor. She wouldn't have the TARDIS, because in Unearthly Child, that was when this chameleon circuit stopped working. Anyway, I need to stop rambling and actually watch the episode, don't I?
Gallifrey. And where's that?
Gone!
At least he can talk
Ruby's
about it
gone,
now.
It's gone. It was a genocide and they died. So the one that was
the
adopted was the only one
Gallifrey.
left.
The
I am
Gallifrey
the
music
last
in the
of
background.
Time Lords. So glad.
He's actually talking. This is weird. New Sonic? Oh, here we go.
Let's have a random landing.
When is it not, Doctor?
That's not gonna happen, is it? Who steps on butterflies? You literally have to be like, "Wait, come here, butterfly."
Oh, this is so fun.
Oh my god.
I love the color of the outside of the TARDIS as well.
That's so beautiful.
Look at that Disney budget. My goodness, this is
TARDIS.
weird. Man, that CGI looks uh-oh.
Oh,
What's wrong?
Uh-oh.
Because I'm Rubicon Blue, the 57th Hemisphere hatchlings, and I do not do wrong things, Doctor.
Are you giving that regeneration energy, Doctor? I feel like you should not throw that around.
Am I missing something?
Really? They had that whole thing in the trailer? I thought it was going to be a whole big thing. And they just fixed it like that. Okay. But I suspect that is establishing rules for this new season where things like that can happen. And that was not just a throwaway thing. Like Mavity. Oh, really? We're not hanging out with the dinosaurs? After all that?
2, 1, 5.
5.
Oh,
Oh.
6.
6. Oh, 5 numbers.
Oh, they're so fun!
Aha! Is that like a mat transporter like in Star Trek?
We gotta visit them one day.
But still, it's like a police boat.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
it got
broken.
stuck. It got broken.
Most of the universe is knackered, babes.
Wah! Run!
Couldn't run fast enough. I was like, whoosh.
Well, it'd help if we knew where we were.
He's still figuring himself out. Ooh. Oh.
We're on a baby farm. Oh, I'm not saying things are connected, and yet.
It's a coincidence.
Well, I'm looking for my parents. What for? Food?
Food? What? Food. Push the button.
Oh, man. It's actually good budget. It's so weird.
We went to the
Look how
stars.
much he's enjoying seeing her experience this.
How do you keep going?
For days like this, Ruby Sunday.
This is very
I'll help
fast
people who
pacing.
don't have a home. Is what it really looks like when the TARDIS translates. It's got a perception filter. So
Oh,
it
that's
helps
fun.
you fit into every
They're
time
really
and place.
fast paced. Like, here's all the things you need to know going into Doctor Who.
Can I see your phone?
Yep, now we're doing the phone thing.
Up here,
I do feel they've very rapidly they've done all of the Like, you know, he's the Doctor, he's from Gallifrey and it's gone. He's the TARDIS translates things. It's got a chameleon circuit that's broken. You can call home. Like, it's very quickly going through all of these things, which I feel is making the pace of it feel a bit weird. And the fact that it seems like we're not getting a companion in the past, companion in the future episode, like, has been the trend. But I suspect that's got a lot to do with the shortened amount of how many episodes we have this season. Because, you know, when you've got 12 episodes in a season, you can take an episode to meet the Doctor, and then take an episode in the past, and then take an episode in the future, and kind of slowly through these episodes introduce the things you need to know. I'm thinking series 1 with Rose and 9, mostly, because this is reminding me a lot of that. But it's happening a lot faster. And it makes me worried that it's going to rush the character development as well. But, yeah. 8 episodes is not many.
From birth 36.
Oh.
I keep getting these temperature fluctuations. Hoping not safe for the
That's
CO2 exchange. It's
kind of terrifying.
Mommy, Tati.
No.
Boys, I gotta tell everybody.
Space babies!
Oh dear. This is very bizarre, but that's Doctor Who for you.
Space baby.
I'm not sure what they do, but I pull them very hard. I need this for you. It's a little
This is adorable. Aww.
You are good, you are good, you.
Oh gosh.
This is very bizarre, but I like it when Doctor Who is bizarre. Like, Doctor Who needs to be bizarre to keep it humble.
Oh Poppy. Oh Popsicle.
Popsicle. That's adorable.
Because I am absolutely lovely. Aren't I? That wasn't rhetorical, Pops.
Yes, you are.
There's no one like me in the whole wide universe. No one like me exists. And that's true of everyone. It's not a problem, Captain Pops. It's a superpower.
Our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing. Nobody in the universe can do what we're doing.
Good afternoon, children, and welcome to our new visitor.
We have an AI.
Nanomatrix electroform, Nani. Right.
What is...
And downstairs, is that your pet dog?
Oh. Oh, no, wrong thing to talk about.
There is no such thing as the bogeyman. That
That's
thing
not...
was more sort of like a
Doctor! Not helpful. Doctor, you're not helping. What are you...
I'm sorry, babies. Space babies. Yeah, it is just a storage unit. What would I need to go there for?
Oh, for God's sakes! 357, come on!
Oh. Is it an AI? Is it an AI?
do you think you're going?
352.
357.
Go have a look.
Helping babies. Space babies. Ah, listen to my hearts. 2 hearts. Plural.
Okay.
I do feel that there is a sense here where he like knows the things that humans don't know because he's been traveling with humans for so long. So he's able to be like, okay, here's the things she won't know. Let me expand on that for her. Which makes sense. Makes the speed of the introduction kind of make sense, I guess. Oh. Oh. Yeah, because he saw who dropped her off. Something weird is going on.
It's like a memory just came through.
The memory changed. She was pointing at me.
Oh.
Said, portal 357, get inside!
Okay. So the memory...
Nanny.
The memory changed, which means the past changed?
I will be launching an appeal against this as soon as we're home.
Okay. So people were forced off the ship.
The government closed the baby station to save money, but the law says it's illegal to stop the birth machine.
So you're just abandoning... That's a bit messed up. Okay, we have removed the Sonic from the situation.
So, the planet down below will refuse to stop the babies being born, but once they're born, they don't look after them.
It's a very strange planet.
Oh, I see what message they're going for here. This is thinly veiled, and I'm a little bit annoyed about it.
And I don't want them to see me die. We can't move.
But now you have a ship. Plenty of room. It's called the TARDIS.
Yeah, just chuck everyone in the TARDIS. Let's go.
Us and the ship is the boogeyman.
Ah.
It reminds me of something. What is it?
It reminds me of the Alien Xenomorph.
And you've got the bogeyman.
Hmm.
Literally got a monster living down below.
Yeah. No, I feel like it's been brought to life by the stories and by the fears of the kids.
I love Ruby. She said there's no such thing as the bogey.
Yes, I was gonna say, saying there's no such thing as the boogeyman is not helpful. Oh, Ruby's first guilt.
I told you these systems are a crock of waste products.
Yeah, let's go, Ruby.
Not west, I meant east.
Oh, yeah. Where is it? Oh, it's still there. Oh, fire. Yeah, let's go.
If that's you telling me to leave you on your own.
Sort of spur?
Don't look it, don't look it.
That's a good word. Spur.
What the
Yeah.
bleep bleep? Follow the corridor. Left, straight ahead, left again.
Do we trust her directions after she got east and west mixed up? Ooh, this is feeling very alien.
Slippery roots, be careful.
What?
Are we always there, Joss? Below, the one up above grew the babies, the one down below.
It grew the bogeyman.
Yeah, you
Said
said
it's like a story. The teaching software told a story.
it invented the bogeyman.
Yeah.
For the baby.
Space baby. The bogeyman is roaring at 17 hertz. That's exact pitch designed to make you scared. It's scary.
Ah,
It's meant to be.
there we
The machine
go.
made it
Look at
tall
that.
And big and noisy and it... Oh.
Oh.
A bogeyman is made out of what?
I don't know.
The machine is literal, and the name is bogeyman.
Oh.
Oh, oops.
Ha 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 ha.
The machine was literal, and so it grew
Ugh.
the bogey.
No.
It's not.
It's not.
It is a living sneeze. Oh, it's in the universe, man. Ruby Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That is so fun.
Oh, hello. We're gonna check it out the airlock. Really is alien.
One of the children, Jocelyn. She's got a Sonic. Jocelyn.
Yeah, I thought taking the Sonic off would be. Now what? Now you're just in trouble as well, Doctor. What are you doing, man? Push the button. That's gonna be his thing, is it?
No, that's what you do, Jocelyn. You save them all.
Now we gotta figure out how to rehabilitate the boogeyman, though.
But I am gonna let it rip.
That works, I guess. Oh, we're getting a key already. Goodness. He's opening up real fast. I feel like we've overcompensated from the absolute repression of the past few Doctors, and now he's opening up almost too quickly.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Oh come on, who could resist?
Yes.
Where are we gonna go next?
Except,
Oh?
Terms and conditions.
It has to take you to that church
Ah,
on Ruby
yeah.
Road
No.
that Christmas.
Setting some boundaries.
But
That's
you've got a time machine.
fair.
if you change one thing, Darkest Paradox Ruby, trust me. I think that's not
feel- I feel like that's gonna happen before the end of the season.
We are gonna go see my mum at Christmas. Right now. Come on.
It all started with this.
Aye, she got a tea.
Doctor. What's that noise?
Oh. Doctor, are you gonna fix that?
Yes, come in. Tell your mom not to slap me.
I'm sure it's not been 12 months this time.
My name was.
Is he telling them his name? Ooh. Wait, let me just... No. Oh, I don't want to see the next. So we got Homo sapien, 19 years. Okay, didn't tell us anything, but he's looking into her. And I don't want to see... Next episode looks like it's the Beatles episode, so I'm very much looking forward to that. I will watch it in a second, but I do want to talk about this one first. Right, so there was a lot of drawing from the past from this, which I really appreciated. Mostly New Who so far, although we did get a mention of the Rani, which was cool. Yeah, like I say, he's almost too open now, it's weird because the Doctor never shares this much about himself, and I was thinking that it was the pacing, which I think in part it is, but I also think part of that is Ncuti's take on the Doctor, where he is a lot more open and feels a lot more emotionally mature, whereas pretty much every other incarnation of the Doctor would not have shared that much information. I don't think any other version of the Doctor would have shared that much information that quickly. So it feels almost like he's... If we kind of leave out the 14th Doctor for a bit, because he was like a stutter on the way, he's gone from 13th Jodie Whittaker, who was super emotionally repressed and did not say anything and kept everything to herself, to now swinging in completely the other direction and sharing everything, which I'm interested to see how that plays out and how much of that is an intentional choice for Ncuti's take and how much of it is adjusting for the different pacing and length and stuff. The episode itself, I mean, it was fun. It was a good introduction. I love Ruby and the Doctor's dynamic. They are a lot of fun together. We got, like I said, there were some tie-ins to earlier seasons, especially series 1, which makes sense because this is serving as another soft reboot. So we're having to introduce the Doctor, we're having to introduce the TARDIS, the format of the show. So, we had the Doctor, we had Ruby calling her mother, like Rose calling Jackie in episode 2 or whatever it was. But there were other things like him scanning her kind of reminded me of him scanning Amy in... What season was it? Season 7? Yeah, season 7, when Amy was wasn't she pregnant? And then, yeah, I liked how much references to the past there was, while still feeling like you could watch it without having knowledge. That was fun. The babies were very cute, and I'm liking the theme of adoption and identity and that kind of thing, which flows over from Church on Ruby Road and feeds into where the Doctor's at now, having come to terms with the fact that he is adopted, but still figuring out what exactly that means for him, and then Ruby looking into her past and whatnot. Now, going to get a little bit controversial here. I was not a fan of how blatantly anti-life it was. Well, maybe that's not the right way to say it. Yeah, so I am a Christian, and as such, I see all life as valuable and sanctity, even when it's in the womb. And this episode very clearly used the pro-choice argument of people who care about, people who are pro-life or anti-abortion, don't care about the babies after they're born. They just want to keep pumping babies out, force women to have babies, etc. Which I think is a very poor... It's a very... what's the word? Ill faith. It's not actually listening to what the other side is saying. And I think it's not fully understanding the issue. Because the issue isn't we want to keep making babies. The issue is babies who are in a womb are already alive and already exist, and we shouldn't kill them. And that doesn't mean we should be making more babies. If I stand to the stance that if you don't want to have a baby, then you should not be sleeping with someone. And obviously there are nuances, and it's difficult to have a proper conversation about that in a one-way video. So I don't want to get too bogged down in that, but I think it's a very poor faith argument when you say, they wanted to just keep the baby machine going and then abandon the babies. Like that, no pro-life person I know, myself included, and I know quite a few pro-life people, no pro-life person would think that's a good idea. The pro-life people are, on the whole, the headers of adoption and of afterbirth care and of supporting mothers who need support through birth and of that kind of thing. Yeah, the foster system and adoption system is messed up, but that doesn't mean that we should value the babies who exist in the womb. And yeah, I think it's that kind of thing where instead of exploring an idea, it's exploring a moral. And I think that it was done in very poor faith and did not properly represent what the other side of the argument is. If a show wants to have one specific opinion on an issue like this, that's fine. The show is the show, and the showrunners and the creators are exploring what they want to explore. I've got nothing against that. If we disagree, we disagree. But we should be able to have a good and reasonable discussion without putting words in the other side's mouth. And I think that this episode was very blatantly doing that to a poor, and it felt in poor taste. So I was a little bit disappointed with that. But,
Hello, editing me dropping in, cozy and warm because it is cold today. I've had a few days to mull this episode over and attempt to put my thoughts into better words, because it always takes me a bit to process things and write stuff down sometimes. My main issue with the comment of the birthing machine being stopped and all the babies being abandoned isn't that I disagree with the underlying statement. I do disagree with the underlying statement, but I can deal with that in shows. Not everyone's going to agree what I believe. My main disagreement is that it's not engaging in a conversation. It's taking an argument that really has no grounds in the conversation, because it's been refuted many times by people on the anti-abortion side of things. And it's using that as an aha statement. Look, it's a sentence that's not going to inspire any conversation around how to improve things. It's just going to isolate people who disagree with that statement, and it only serves to make people who do agree with that statement feel better about themselves. It doesn't create a conversation that stories like this should be trying to do. I think it's also a poorly developed analogy, if it's trying to be an analogy for abortion. and the themes of the rest of the episode don't quite work with it, from my opinion. From my understanding, it's trying to compare the birthing machine to women who carry and birth babies, which already should have been expanded upon if that was a theme that they wanted to have through the episode. But also, the main argument for banning abortions, in my mind, and in the people who I am surrounded with's minds, is that the babies are alive when conceived, and they deserve life, and their life has value, and we shouldn't be able to kill them. And the value of life is a huge theme in Doctor Who, and it's a huge theme in this episode as well. This episode even goes so far to say that the unintentional child whose existence is traumatic is worthy of life and should be saved. I think the episode has some really good things and important things to say about the way society lets down children and babies, and I really like that this season is exploring not just the good aspects of adoption and foster care, but also the bad aspects of it. But I think that having the one line in there as a big gotcha moment, look, we should be allowed this, then I think that was unnecessary and it weakened the episode. Hope that all makes sense. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.
Other than that, it was a fun episode. Not really a standout episode. The babies were cute, but weird, which is good. Don't get me wrong, I love weird. Doctor Who needs to be weird. What else? Yeah. Yeah, again, I'm very much... And it looks like Ruby's mother and grandmother are going to be a lot... I forgot what the grandmother's name was. I forgot what I think mother's name is Carol, right? Something like that. Can't remember what the grandmother's name is. But it looks like they're going to be a lot more involved, which I like. I really enjoyed them in Church on Ruby Road. They were a lot of fun, and the grandma got her cup of tea. She was asking that all through Ruby Road. She got her cup of tea. Yeah, I don't have that much else to say about this. I think I'm going to go watch the next episode. So this episode should be out on my Monday night, and then I will hopefully get the next episode out 2 days after that on the Wednesday when I usually put up movie reactions. And I'm still taking a bit of a break from The Expanse. It may end up being longer than a week. I'm not sure if there will be a video out this week or not. Depends what happens, because things... Yeah, depends what happens. I might be moving again. So yeah, stick with me. I'm gonna go watch that episode. Thank you guys for watching. You guys head off, grab a drink, get a snack, take a nap, go for a walk, go and do something that isn't on YouTube, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.